Now we're going to Australia for reasons that will become clear in just a moment. We are going to talk to Rachel Brunsden, who is a broadcaster in Australia. Rachel, you're very welcome to TalkTV today. How are you doing?
I'm good, Peter. How are you?
I'm very well. I'm very well. We're going to talk about a really important issue in just a few seconds. But I just wanted to get the thoughts of you on the very sad news that the Grease star Olivia Newton-John has very sadly died at the age of 73. Born in Britain, but obviously Australian, and spent most of her life in Australia. A real cultural icon down under.
Yeah, it's a really sad thing too. And even though we knew she was sick, it's still a shock. And somebody with that much light and that much of a presence in the world, when that light's extinguished, it's still quite shocking and sad. She actually comes from Melbourne, which is my town where I am. So we lit it all up pink the other night. All the massive buildings in the city went bright pink, and it was really lovely.
That's lovely. So people are really properly making a tribute to her and remembering everything that she did, and that iconic film. But she had so much more to her as well. She had obviously an incredible singing career and acting, and I mean she was a multi-talented person.
She really was, and I think in her later years when she stepped back a little, it was all about cancer research for her, and the Olivia Newton-John Wellness Centre and the hospital that she founded is maybe 20 minutes drive from where I am, and it's such an important research hospital as well. And it's amazing. The model that she developed was very much all inclusive. So you'd have a hospital room, you would have a day room, and all these wonderful programs like music therapy and aromatherapy, and then right next to that you have a research lab. So it was all contained in one place, and just remarkable what she was able to do. What they call a holistic approach as well, yeah.
Thank you so much for that insight there. It's interesting because our relationship with Australia obviously is a very, very strong one, and Neighbours ending recently, I watched the final episode there. There's a wonderful Australian export, much like Olivia Newton-John, that really a very important sort of cultural thing for our country as well. But it was actually our Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, who brought up something quite interesting, I think, in regard to the relationship between the two countries and their trading relationship. We're just going to look at a little clip now from a couple of months ago in terms of what Boris Johnson said. Play the clip.
I want a world in which we send you Marmite, you send us Vegemite, we send you penguins, and you send us, with reduced tariffs, these wonderful Arnott's Tim Tams. How long can the British people be deprived of the opportunity to have Arnott's Tim Tams at a reasonable price? There is a huge amount that we can do, whether it's on financial services or across all the sectors of our free trade agreement.
Well, there we are. That was Boris Johnson talking about the trade agreement, and talking specifically about TimTams, which are a very important Australian biscuit, because now it is time for
Cardi B's Biscuit Breakdown.
And we've gone international because we not only have Rachel Brunsden, who's still joining us from Australia, we also have Tech Up Dave live in the studio. Great to see you.
Good to see you too.
You had COVID recently and left me bereft. I had to deal with other tech ups. I can't work under these conditions. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling fine now. It was like a really bad cold, and just felt really tired.
I mean, you're a workaholic, so I'm sure it was very annoying to kind of have to be. Yeah, no, indeed.
So, yes.
You've got some TimTams?
We have got some TimTams. I'm hoping Rachel's going to join us.
Rachel, do you have TimTams in Australia? Do you have TimTams ready and waiting?
About 8 different varieties of Tim Tam, which I am going to box up and send today. So you can test them all out. But I do have the original.
You have the original. Which varieties do we have here, Dave? You're going to hand them over. These look like the original ones. They're very crunchy, aren't they? Thank you very much. I've taken 2 there, selflessly. And what are these ones as well? We have other Tim Tams. We got in a blue wrapper. So thank you very much indeed. These are double coating made with irresistible chocolate. So, I mean, where do you get Tim Tams in the UK? Because Boris Johnson was talking about the trade tariffs there. Where did you get these?
I found them online.
You bought them online?
I had to buy them online.
My goodness. And how much were they, if you don't mind me asking?
They were about £5-6 a packet.
I mean,
I didn't think it was too bad.
Rachel, this is outrageous. I mean, £5 or £6.
It is outrageous.
Sorry?
It's wrong. That's fundamentally wrong.
Daylight robbery. How much does a packet of Tim Tams cost in Australia?
$4, which is, I suppose, about half.
Yeah, but yeah.
So a bit now.
Okay, and Dave, there's a particular way. There's some sort of way in which I'm about to drink my tea through a Tim Tam.
Apparently so. Yes, this is called the infamous Tim Tam Slam.
Tim Tam Slam, right? Rachel, are you familiar with the Tim Tam Slam?
Oh yes, it's very Australian. If you can't do it, you get deported.
Right. Okay. Well, let's hope that doesn't happen. So, talk me through the Tim Tam Slam, Dave, because
I was going to.
Rachel's going to. Right.
She knows what to do.
Rachel, you talk us through the Tim Tam Slam, please.
Okay, it's better to do this with a hot beverage because the inside of a Tim Tam is chocolate, so it will melt.
Got my cup of tea?
You can do it with a cold beverage if you wish, but it's not the same. You won't get the same impact. Side note, it is really messy. Prepare yourselves. I actually have a raincoat that I wear when I do mine, but I won't do it for the sake of television. It's too noisy. Okay, so you need to grab your Tim Tam like such.
Now, you need to get the normal one.
Hold on, we need the normal one, so not the actual.
Not the double coated.
I've got the normal one. Have you got your normal one, Dave?
I've got a normal one.
Right, okay. Yeah.
So you're going to bite off each corner, but just a little, because you're going to create a straw.
So we're going to all four corners. We bite off each four corners. Each of the four corners.
Just two opposites.
Just two.
I'm talking with
Diagonally opposite.
Yeah.
Diagonally opposite. Okay, there's one.
Yeah.
There we go. We're going to have people texting in saying shouldn't be talking with my mouth full, shouldn't be eating on air, all that kind of stuff. So I just preempt those. Okay. What happens?
Disintegrating.
What happens now?
Take said beverage.
Yep, got it.
We're going to dip it into your tea, where the surface area will hit the corner that you just bit off. So you're going to do it on the diagonal, and it's going to be like a straw.
Okay.
And you're going to suck the beverage through like you would on a drinking straw. And then when it gets super gooey, throw your head back and slam it down.
Oh, sorry. What's the final bit? Oh, you slam down the Tim Tam at the end.
Yeah, you've got to throw your head back, apparently.
Okay.
Like an oyster.
I'm not getting the straw effect here. Dave's doing quite well.
Oh, did you not enough?
No, I'm not getting anything either.
You're not getting anything. Do you have to put the whole biscuit in?
I think mine's...
Has yours fallen in?
Mine's... Yes, hold on.
This is not going very well.
No. Epic failure.
No, I can't... It's not working for me, I'm afraid.
Have you bitten off enough of the corner, Dave?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe I haven't done that. Hold on. Oh. No, it's just completely disintegrated now.
That's the point. That's the actual point. So you're supposed to, at this point, slam it back.
Okay.
You have to do it again, or I'm going to fail you.
And I have to do it again. I think my tea isn't strong enough. How are you getting on with it, Dave? He's bitten off a much bigger.
I think I'm biting off too much, but we've got plenty to keep.
I think we've bitten off quite a lot more than we can chew in this segment, to be honest. What's happening? Oh yes, my producer Phil has just given me a very helpful napkin. Dave, are you going to try this again?
I'm going to have another go.
I'm going to have another go. Okay, I'm not going to do it again because there's too much mess, I'm afraid. But Dave, go for it. Okay, he's got it in there. He's got it in his tea.
Now, really, without sounding crass, really suck on it, Dave.
Go on, Dave. I mean, this is. Oh, it's fallen in. Oh no, it's fallen in now.
This is to it. You can feel it. Once you've had a few practice runs, you can feel it get gooey, and the minute it feels like the structural integrity of your biscuit is going to fail you. Throw your head back and just felt it.
This has been a total failure. We've had Mark Griffin, a grumpy old get, who said he self-confessed grumpy old get. I'm not just calling him a grumpy old get. It's on his Twitter profile. He says, "For God's sake, move on. It's neither good TV nor interesting." So there we are. Well, I
sorry. Sugar in him.
Yeah, sorry about that. I mean, I think the Tim Tam Slam this side of the equator has been a complete failure. But Rachel, we're going to maybe try it again off air and see if we can do it better. But Dave, thank you for the Tim Tams.
That's okay.
They're absolutely delicious. I mean, they're very crunchy, aren't they?
They're supposed to be like penguins, and I did bring some penguins.
Oh, you got some penguins in as well.
But to be entirely honest, I don't think I want the penguins. I'm going to eat these.
Yeah, the Tim Tams are delicious.
Yeah,
delicious. Well, great to see you again. Thank you to Rachel Brunsden, who's a broadcaster in Australia. Really appreciate your company. Thank you very much for that. Thank you to Dave, and great to see that you are back fighting fit because we missed you.
Oh, thank you. Well, I missed you. It was weird.
You were
being at
definitely
home.
bored.
Yes.
Yeah, no,
definitely
it isn't great. Well, listen, thank you so much. That is the Biscuit Breakdown. For this week, we're going to talk politics, back to things that are perhaps a little bit more serious after the news here on TalkTV. But lots and lots of people getting in touch today, not least about the biscuits, because Anne-Marie says, we're talking biscuits. Tech Up Dave must be back. I've missed biscuit time, the Cardi P biscuit breakdown there. Shane in Sydney says that he is eating TimTams as well, which is wonderful. On a more serious note, well, actually, no, not on a more serious note, someone, Rob, has been in touch to say, never mind Aussie TimTams, Peter, you can do the slam thing by nibbling the ends of a Twix bar and sucking tea and coffee through the biscuit part and letting the caramel go gooey. I bet it will taste better as well. Jane says you have all afternoon to practice. Try this biscuit segment tomorrow on the show. I don't think we'll be doing that, Jane, but thank you very much indeed for the suggestion. Thank you to everybody who's been in touch, including Jason, who says, great to have you back, Peter, but what on earth was Tech Up Dave wearing? It's a shirt with lots of silly cars on it. He has lots of them. He involves himself in many fashion choices. I wouldn't strictly speaking endorse, although whether I'm in a position to criticise is open to interpretation. Now, as promised, we have a brand new feature here on TalkTV, on the show, on my show, which is called Cat of the Week.
It's Cardi P's Cat of the Week.
Thanks to Tech Up Dave, who has made that rather brilliant little sting there. And the Cat of the Week is Rodney. Because Angela Varndall is someone who contacts this programme very often, and she contacts me, and her cat Rodney is a cat that is a great cat. We can see a picture of him now if you're watching on TalkTV. There he is, first Cardi P Cat of the Week. There is Rodney. He is a very, very beautiful boy. Green eyes there and a little white tuxedo, and there he is sitting on a chair if you're watching. I will tweet a picture of Rodney from my own Twitter at Peter Cardwell. I'll do that as soon as possible after the show when I get out of the studio. But Rodney Varndall is the Cat of the Week, the very first one. If you want to be featured on Cat of the Week, or more accurately, if you want your cat to be featured in Cat of the Week, well then you can tweet me at Peter Cardwell with a picture of your cat, and I will choose one per week for Cat of the Week.